What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a blessed and awesome day. I'm Fred Martinez, and you are listening to What the Fred podcast, where we talk about focus, resilience, energetic, and driven, the 4 traits to become unstoppable. Part of the continuation of this book review, Living a Life of Awareness by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. We're in the chapter of surrender. In the dream of the planet, the word surrender has a negative connotation. It is often thought of weakness or deficiency, the final act of a loser. But in my dream, surrender has the opposite meaning. Surrender is the art of letting go, of giving up the idea of what should and should not be. It's no longer fighting the rain. But to surrender does not mean you become a doormat. In surrender, you're not going to start allowing others to walk all over you. Your intent, your yes, your no is still strong. Rather, to surrender means that as you move through life, you change things you can and don't worry about the things you can't. And here's the practice. Have you surrendered today? With awareness, say to yourself, I am no longer attached to an outcome or any situation because life knows better for me. Embrace things as they are, not as you think they should be. Man, I think what happens is we live in this world right now of this whole instant gratification of social media, and we do things because we want to get something. And instead of looking at that as just letting things go, you're surrendering to who you are, embracing who you are. If you are an eccentric individual, be an eccentric individual. Embrace who you are. Take off that mask, live your authentic truth, because that's when you really truly have that freedom in your life. It's just being able to be free, not trying to control every situation, because that's one thing that I've learned is that I was always trying to control an outcome. And I know a lot of the self-development courses that are out there, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, they always say, start with your result and work backwards and envision that. And I was like, that's great. Okay. But however, when you look at things as black and white, life throws you the curveballs. And that's when you have to really embrace that present moment and really see things as they are, because things come into your life for a reason. And we might not know the reason behind it. I can go ahead and say so much about damn it, it's like my last job that I had, I was working for Blue Origin. They canceled the space station I was working on. And I'm like, I could be like, shit, it's like things have been really rough in terms of getting back into my career. And then you can say, well, shit, that happened. Then I ended up getting, my car got totaled. I'm lucky to be alive. I got injured, but I overcame those injuries. Then I can say hey, I tore a calf muscle by training, and I had those difficulties to overcome. But the thing is always trying to force something when things just need to just be, and not always trying to look at it saying, what are the reasons why these things happen? Well, we'll never know the reasons why. However, everything happens for a reason, because I look at those situations that happen in my life, and I'm looking at it as it gave me time to find out who I am, finding out more about me. This is my time. This is my time to create my dream. This is my time to create my reality. This is my time to go ahead and set forth on how do I want to live my life going forward, because we only have a finite amount of time. And this is something that I've learned from somebody posted this on Facebook, where you spent all this time working for 50 years, and then you end up retiring, and then you only have maybe 10 or 15 years of your life, and you're too old to have the experiences that you wanted to have. Therefore, I always look at it as now as live your life. Have the most that you possibly can in terms of those memories, because life is so finite, and money, time, you can always get more money. Time, we only get a certain amount of time, but it's the memories. Those memories are the ones that last forever. And also appreciate that time. Instead of looking at life as like, hey, I'm just killing time. No, this time that's given to you, you only have a certain amount of time. It's like a battery, man. And you look at that battery, that battery is getting smaller and smaller in the power, and it's going to diminish, and then all of a sudden it's dead, and you got to toss it. It's the same thing about us. Think of it as this, we're a human battery. And what you're doing with that time, what you're powering up in your life, how you're charging up other people, how you're enlightening them, what experiences are you having? Are you going out and having this fun, or are you basically just being like a regular battery and just thrown into the cabinet, thrown in the drawer, and then it's like, well, hey, there's that battery, I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Then all of a sudden you try to plug it back in, the battery's already dead. So utilize your time. And the whole thing about surrendering, and this whole thing about just not trying to force things, I always look at it as allowing you to, like the whole thing about like not allowing a person to walk all over you. That's about just having your boundaries, my friends. Having boundaries, being able to tell people, this is who I am. Like I said before, embrace your quirkiness, embrace who you are, love it, and just love life, enjoy it, and appreciate it. So my friends, you guys have a blessed, you guys have an awesome day. Be about it instead of talking about it, and namaste.